And we're live. Hey guys, this is another episode of Franchise Talk. My name is Alex, and well, I'm a franchise broker. I'm here to help you find the right franchise, and essentially that's what my company does. I'm also a veteran. If you haven't seen the other episodes or haven't seen the other franchise interviews that we've done, I got out of the military about 2 years ago, and at this point, it's been a hell of an experience helping people find the right franchise for them and step into things that work. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to introduce you guys today to a very different, and it's very different. I'm just going to put it that way because most of the franchises and business opportunities I've interviewed in the past and see on a daily basis don't come close. And this is a very good emergence to give you a good stepping stone or step up to step into business for the first time if you'd like to. So this is a great opportunity. I don't want to talk about it too much though. I want to introduce my friend Al. Al, how you guys doing today?
Hey, fantastic. Thanks, sir. Thanks for inviting us to do this today. I look forward to it. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, not a problem. It's easy. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
No, thanks for joining us. And I wanted to give you a little bit of an opportunity to talk about your business. Al's with Paintful, but also particularly this distributor concept that you have for us today. Yep. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
You bet. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, Paintful, we've been around for about 25 years. We market a business opportunity where people go around and fix scuff bumpers, key scratches, door dings, things like that, typically on a mobile basis. Most people do that work for car dealerships and detail shops and, of course, the general public. Huge demand for that type of service out there. What we put together here now, though, is a distribution program for a brand new product called wheel bands. Wheel bands, and I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to pick up on camera, but this is just a representation here. Wheel bands are this red band that go around the very edge of a rim. Now, this red, they actually come in 11 different colors, and they provide protection for your expensive aluminum alloy wheels, along with a unique styling. It's kind of like a pinstripe for your wheel, for lack of a better way to explain it. So what we've done is we've worked with the manufacturer for wheel bands and just signed all the contracts and everything in January. So we're really excited about getting this going. But instead of turning this into a business opportunity like we've traditionally done on our other programs, we've turned this into more of a distributorship type program. And what that means is everyone who joins the wheel bands program will have their own specific territory that they'll be responsible for. They're going to go around and call on the new car dealers, the used car dealers also, the detail shops, auto trim centers, any business in your area is a potential customer for wheel bands. And what's great, these things are brand new on the market. There's absolutely no competition with them whatsoever out there. So that's a great new fit. The reason we chose to set this up as a distributorship instead of a traditional franchise or business opportunity, quite frankly, just deals with money. It's a whole lot less expensive for people to get started with the wheel bands distribution program as opposed to a traditional franchise. So I think it's going to open up a whole lot of doors for people. I know, Alex, you work a lot with the military guys out there, and I think this is going to be a perfect fit for them.
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to bring up, I think we got a little bit of an echo on your end. Is your volume up?
My volume? Yeah. Is it too high?
Yeah, I think it's a little too high. It's coming through as an echo. I think you should be.
Hold on, I'll get there.
Okay, that's fine. Tech glitches, fun.
Yep.
Yeah, it happens. Now, especially with live streaming, it's always a little bit interesting because you learn something new every time, or something interesting happens every time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's part of the fun. But overall, what I liked about it and what I liked about this concept is, traditionally with a lot of military folks getting out, a lot of military folks, for whatever reason, well, I know the reasons, but they get approached by car dealers. They get approached by, we get approached by car dealers, insurance companies, direct sales folks out the yang, or you get approached by a lot of start your own business from home, and it's an MLM system that's very much so like a scam, because it requires a large amount of time investment on your part, and not necessarily any financial investment, which is really kind of sketchy to begin with.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of military guys preyed upon.
Yeah.
Because they don't actually turn into their own business. They turn into a hobbyist that doesn't really make any money. Not really a good opportunity, and it's not really measurable or scalable. So it just drives me nuts to see a lot of vets go that way. So that's why I liked, me personally as a vet, I liked this concept, because I see a lot of vets who have either worked in the motor pool, or either worked in logistics of some kind, such as the shop. You're gonna deal with the logistics of this, and that's all it is. It's quick install, and it turns you into somebody who controls inventory. Essentially controls inventory and labor. You got two things to deal with, right? Am I right about that?
You're definitely right there. And what we're looking for is someone with some automotive background. I'm not saying you've got to be a mechanic or anything like that, but this is a legitimate program in that you're going to be going out and actually physically installing these on cars, at your car dealership customers. Those are the most popular places where guys are installing these now. They may have 50 cars sitting on their new car inventory, and you want to go in and do what's called preload them, meaning you're going to install these, we'll say on 10 cars, before the customers even bought them. So it helps dress up the dealership's lot, and it makes that car a little bit more attractive when the customer's driving through and they see 10 Chevy Impalas sitting out there. 5 of them have wheel bands on them, and I can pretty much guarantee you those are going to be the first 5 sold, because they really do make that vehicle pop.
Yeah, and so I want to break that down to somebody who's either approaching business or the idea of stepping into business for the first time. I want to break that down into these terms. What you're talking about is you're talking about pitching a business, not actually selling to customers. Your customer is the businesses themselves.
That is correct.
That's reputable.
Yeah, it's business to business, exactly.
You're not knocking on doors. I mean, you are, but it's
car dealer doors.
Car dealer door. And essentially, you're having meetings with people who can make decisions.
Yes,
that's the trick, right?
Yep.
So, what's the training? What's the training for this look like?
Well, we're going to bring everybody up to Michigan. Our office is in Saginaw, Michigan. So we're going to bring you up here for a couple of days. The actual time it takes to learn how to install these is pretty simple. In fact, every car's got 4 wheels on it, and we'll show you on the first one, and by time you get to the 4th one, you're going to be real comfortable with it. But then we go into the sales aspect of it. What are you going to say when you go in and talk to a car dealership? What are the things you're going to have in your hands? Why does that dealer want to allow you to put these on his car or on his inventory? The whole, beyond the car dealerships, we're going to get into, why do detail shops want to use your service? What about your local tire stores, any auto trim shops? And that's not to mention, all the various car clubs that are out there. I mean, every town in America has got at least a half a dozen car clubs of some type, and they're all potential customers for you to work with. So during training, we're going to go over that whole marketing aspect with you. We're going to sit down and go over the business side of running your business, because I want to make sure that you've got your inventory properly, you're keeping your books properly. We're going to set you up with a QuickBooks accounting software, very simple to use, not intimidating at all, but it does make you look very professional when you do pull into a customer's lot, and you can print them out a professional looking receipt. Once again, it just helps legitimize your business. And then beyond that, we're always here for support. This is very much a relationship that we're going to have with the business owner out in the field. It's nothing that you're going to buy into today and then you're never going to hear from us again. We obviously want to keep supplying you with more inventory. the more wheel bands you install, the more wheel bands you're going to have to get from us. And we've got an endless supply of them. So we want to get those in your hands so you can get them put on some cars and start making some money with us. Hey, I lost you.
And that's the gist of it. I appreciate that. My mic kind of went.
Yeah.
I've got to make sure I'm muted or else I get a bad echo. But
Okay.
but overall, I like the way that distributorship set up. That's the relationship, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at a relationship that makes you a distributor for a single product. And I like to break it down like this. No matter what you've looked at as far as businesses online, things that are super low cost to get into that meet this, that, or the other, your training is through a computer screen. At least what you're getting is something very close to a franchise relationship. It's a distributor relationship, which means you have to do so many units, right?
That is correct. For your territory, that's correct.
Okay. So you have to do those units per month.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're getting for that is you're getting the rights for that territory. Isn't that how it works?
That's exactly how it works.
And overall, what that's going to give you is that's going to give you control over your territory and what you do. Mm-hmm. And so what I'd like to do next is I'd like to go into it. Can you talk us through how much this is going to cost you to get into? Mm-hmm. And then what are the reoccurring costs and what are the benefit to that?
Sure thing. Well, the initial startup cost is pretty much going to be just for your inventory. Now, each car, you're going to have about $50 of wheel bands is what it's going to cost you to install those. You're going to sell those to a dealership. Your install price is going to be between $100 and $125, just depending upon your area and what you can get out of it. The dealership then will turn around and increase the price of that car by another $100 to up to another $200. So they're making some pretty good money on it, obviously. It's good to start off with about 20 sets of wheel bands. That's a good inventory for you to carry initially. I hope you go through that in your first few days out there, because that means you're installing these and you're making money. So $1,000 would get you 20 sets of wheel bands. That'll get you your brochures, business cards, and this is all with your company information on them. Your company name, and we'll help you. You can use a paintball logo if you want, or if you've got your own, we can put that on there. Like Alex said, your territory, your rights to that. Anyone who contacts paintball for more information on wheel bands from your area will be sent directly to you to follow up on. And then, of course, you've got your training up here in Michigan. That'll be included with that. Your accounting software. We're going to give you some paper invoices to get you started. So it's about as turnkey as we can make it for you.
Okay. And so how much is that going to run somebody? I mean, just out of the gate, what's the starting package?
Well, you want to be looking at a minimum investment of about $1,000. I mean, we could go down as low as $500, but keep in mind, you're just limiting how much inventory you're going to have out of the gate. And the idea is you're going to go to a car dealership. They're going to want you to do some installs on these. So you're going to need some of that product in your hands.
Okay. With that, so you've got to get yourself up to Michigan. Is that right? You got to get yourself up to Michigan.
Yep. We'll cover your hotel up here. You get up to Michigan. Hotel and ground transportation are on us.
Okay. Awesome. So guys, for $1,000 or thereabouts, depending on how much it takes for you to get to Michigan, you get your training, you get your first startup, you get a nice little package, and your distributor. The whole company and the legal bit is not very hard. I thought about that when I came out of the service and first established my first company, and I put a lot of stress, and I was stressed out about the legal entity and how that was going to work. Trust me, that is the easiest piece.
Yep.
That is the easiest bit. That can be set up in a week. It's not a problem.
And we can help you do that even.
Yeah, and so don't worry about much of that stuff. What I would look at, and what I have a couple questions on is how many people do you have operating this right now, And what do the figures look like? What is the light at the end of the tunnel with this?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see it as? Because I see it as a part-time business starting out,
Mm-hmm.
but can be a full-time business.
You bet it. It can go either way. Now, we officially rolled this out January 1st, and I've got 8 distributors throughout the country right now, so I'm pretty excited about that. So they each have their own little territory. A guy in West Virginia, a guy in North Dakota, a guy in Long Island, California, guy in North Carolina. I think I'm missing a couple, but we got them scattered around, and I'm real happy with that start. It really depends on how much you're selling these for. Some guys are installing them for $99. Some guys are going up to $125. So if your cost is going to be, say, $50 on average, and you sell it for $100, you're going to make $50 on every car you install. If you sell them for $125, you're going to make $75 on each one you install. And it is no more complicated than that. It just takes the ability to go in, talk to a car dealership, convince them to let you put a couple wheel bands on to try them out. And I've done this myself. Even if the dealer is a little bit hesitant, I'll throw a couple of wheel bands on a couple of cars for free. And I'll tell them, look, I'm going to be back in a week. Tell me what you think. You know, a week later, if you sell the car, if the customer likes it, you owe me $100. If you don't like it and nobody thinks it's a big deal, I'll peel them back off, and that'll be the end of it. But dealers always like it because it's such a unique product out there. Consumers like it. You know, like I mentioned earlier, you're walking through a dealer's parking lot, and, you know, a dozen cars on there have wheel bands on them. They will stick out over the other, how many cars are sitting there without wheel bands. So it doesn't take the dealership really that long to understand the importance of these things. And, you know, if they put a sticker price on these to say $225, so they're going to make $100 on them, it's just not a big deal to the consumer when they're sitting down writing up the paperwork for the purchase of that vehicle.
All right. Yeah, that's, you know, and that's what I like about it too. I like the fact that it's covered in the end consumer's cost. Like the value chain is there. Mm-hmm. Essentially, you've got a very unique product, and how I broke it down before and what I think about it. But when you think of it in simplest form, it's you're not selling something that somebody else can sell on the internet. You're selling something cool mm-hmm. to a business as a mm-hmm. business owner. It gives you credibility. It gives you a business.
Yep.
Something to be in. It gives you something to do. If you use it as part-time income, it's a part-time yep. income. I mean, if you do 50 units in a mm-hmm. month, you do 50 units in a month.
That's $2,500 net.
Yeah. Well,
or more, depending upon what you sell them for.
Right. But there's very few people who I've run into who are coming out of the military who don't think that could be a substantial, healthy side income. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you that right now. So what are you requiring of people to do per month to hold a distributor's license? Because that's a thing.
Exactly. You're looking at 100 units per month. Okay. You can purchase, it's 100 units a month or 600 units over a 6-month time frame. So, there are some months that are going to be slower than others, I would imagine. But as long as we can average that 100 units per month, then you can keep your territory. And what's great about it is, let's say you get started and things are running real well and you've got a dozen dealerships that you're working with, and you're selling these to some detail shops and other businesses also. But you decide you want to expand your operation. You want to hire somebody. So you're going to put them in a vehicle, and they're going to run around to another dozen dealerships. It's very easy. It's very scalable, as they say. So you can hire people and duplicate yourself, and it really wouldn't have to take that long until you get strictly in a management type of position. I mean, it's going to take some hard work. Nothing comes easy, obviously. But if that's your objective, to have other people working for you, then by all means, this is a perfect business for that.
That sounds good. And with that, I have another question for you, though.
Sure.
Car guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Military, a lot of military folks, particularly the guys who are going to be interested in this, are going to be car guys, right?
Yep.
Car guys are very opinionated about their cars.
Yeah.
Is there a market for this, and what does that look like? I'm trying to get away from guys who are thinking or having opinions of these wheel bands one way or another.
Yeah.
When you're looking for a business, guys, this is a thing. You're looking at a market. You're looking at, is there a demand?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know I don't wear pantyhose,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. I hope not.
I really don't. No. Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, I don't wear pantyhose, okay? And I'm not a person to ever want or experience to wear pantyhose, but guess what? The guy who invented pantyhose, and yeah, it was a guy, invented pantyhose because he fulfilled a need. He was not in the market for it. He would never buy it. He didn't know how many people bought it until he did the research. Understand the market,
mm-hmm.
and then make your determination. So for those car guys out there who are either making a decision because they like them or they don't like them, I think you need to explore what this market is. So if you could lighten us out, what does the market for this look like?
Let's just, for just a second, if I could, just forget about the product. Let's just say that we're selling a widget instead of a wheel band. You're going to sell these to a car dealership, and about 90% of what they care about is, can I make any extra money by carrying this widget? And the answer to that is yes. Now, wheel bands, they do have the benefit also. Then they provide a benefit to the end consumer. Not only the styling part of it where they look cool, but they also protect your aluminum wheels. I mean, wheels are they can be upwards of $1,000 sometimes or more. So they do fill a legitimate need there. But realistically, your customer on this is going to be your car dealership, primarily your new car manager at the dealership. And the number one thing that he's interested in is, will this help me make money? How am I going to make money on your product? You can bring him the greatest product in the world, the greatest widget in the world, and if he can't make any money with it, he's not interested in it. So wheel bands are a pretty good widget for your new car dealerships.
Absolutely. I concur. I think that's pretty interesting, and just for the amount and the investment level, that is significant. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you guys, particularly anybody getting out of the military or anybody trying to think about doing something extra for themselves after work, particularly for you guys who've gotten out, or for school teachers who you just happen to dig cars. It is a legitimate business, legitimate expenses, easy, and you're selling something cool.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you can be happy about that. If it's not the end, it's the means. It's the means to a better or happier end for you. Essentially, you can scale this thing up, which is what he explained.
Yeah. And Alex, what you're also, don't forget, it's all repeat business. Once you get established with your car dealer customers, maybe 10, 12 of them, whatever, you're just on a regular route. Every Monday you're going to these dealerships. Every Tuesday you're going to these dealerships, because you're installing wheel bands on cars and they're selling cars, so they're constantly getting new inventory in. So it's not like every day you've got to get out of bed and start, make more sales calls to generate and find new customers. It's not like that at all.
Yeah, it's building relationships. And
yep.
You touched on the next question I had for it, which was repeat sales. How do you continue to do 100 units a month? Essentially, you just need to establish I would say a couple, 2, 3 dealerships, possibly even one.
I keep throwing the number out 10 to 12, but with the territory, I want our people to hit all the dealerships in their territory. I want them to hit all the body shops, all of the detail shops, all the auto trim shops. I want that 100 to be the minimum number that these guys are going after. I want them to do 100 in a week.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said before, I have an endless supply of wheel bands out there, so don't worry about that part of it.
Oh no, I'm sure. But you know, you touched on that piece, and that's you've got a repeat business, you've got repeat sales if you can establish those, but you need somebody hungry. And that leads me to my next question: who are you looking for? I know you're looking for a car guy, but who are you looking for? Is
great question. I need number one, a guy who does know his way around a car. He's just comfortable around cars. We'll put it like that. But I want someone with a personality that's going to be able to go up and knock on a car dealer's door, shake the hand of the new car manager and explain the product, and have the confidence to not leave that store until he's at least installed a couple of these on, at no charge, if need be. Because here again, if you get them on the vehicles, they pretty much sell themselves at that point.
Sweet.
So outgoing, good with their hands, not afraid of hard work. And that's what, Alex, you and I have been working together. That's what I like about the military guys out there. They know a little bit about what hard work is all about. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty. I just think it's a perfect fit there.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. And to kind of go a little bit above and beyond this, how many of you guys can legitimately say, "Hey, I've been approached by a car dealership to sell cars"? Mm-hmm. How many of you car salesmen are veterans and think that this can be a formidable business for you? Like, think about it. You already have built relationships. Think about the relationships you're around every day, no matter who you are. Think about the people you know, the networks you already have, and the people you can work with in the community. Now think about that 100 units, 100 units a month. That's a little bit. How long does it take to install one of those units?
They take about 20 minutes to install on a car.
Okay, so 20 minutes per unit. 20 minutes per unit, 100 units.
That should generate a minimum of 5,000 a month at that point, 5 to 7,500, just depending upon once again what you sell them for. But there's the other part of it also where some of the places you'll just provide them with product. You won't actually be doing the installs with. And we like to shoot for 50 of those every month if we can too. This would be like your auto trim shop, we'll just use as an example, where they're going to be installing them for their customers, but you're still going to be the supplier for their area. Those, you typically will sell those. Once again, your cost is 50, you'll sell those for 75. So you make 25 bucks on every one, and you're basically just delivering product to them.
Okay. Well, Al, I appreciate you hopping on today. I appreciate those of you who viewed and watched. And remember, hey, check us out on social media. Please remember to like and share this video, and look us up. Check out also our links. They're going to be kind of somewhere up here. They'll be able to carry you to the websites and where you can actually get on the phone with us directly, or you can contact Al directly. But either way you go, you're going to be able to get help and support where you need it. And that's what's important. Thanks for watching Franchise Talk, and appreciate it. Catch you guys later.
Thanks, Alex. Take care.
Thanks for watching Franchise Talk. Please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share us on social media. We are committed to assisting you so that you find franchises without the frustrations of internet searching and sites selling your information before you even get a chance to talk to franchises. If you want to simplify your life and have someone to facilitate your information collection, I'm here to be your personal resource and one-on-one coach. If you would like to be a guest on the show, to ask franchise bigwigs questions, or contact me for franchise support, check out for my contact information below down in the description. Thanks for watching.